Talks. This is not your typical podcast. We will get into wrestling, lifestyle, and mental health. This podcast is unfiltered and ready to go. The episode will begin in a moment, but before it does, go ahead and give us a follow on all social medias, Tevin Talks, and make sure you give us a follow on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, wherever you may listen to your podcast. Here's Tevin.
Family, how is everybody? How's everybody's week been? What's been on your mind? Seeing that it is Black History Month. There's been a lot of history made this month too, especially when it comes to wrestling. I don't talk about politics, stay away from that. But I would say within myself, I think that I am becoming the best version of Tevin right now. And I have to thank quite a few people for that. I'm not going to name drop right now, but just know I appreciate you all. And my circle isn't the biggest, but the people that are in it, and you know who you are, you motivate me on a daily basis to keep going, to keep striving to be the best person I can be, and I appreciate that. And that's why I say Black history. I am an African American male, and my history is still being written right now. My book is far from done, but I know I've hit some crazy milestones recently, and I'm very proud of that. My motivation has crept back up, and I'm feeling like I can conquer damn near anything right now. And I'm going to do just that. Today, I want to talk about childhood trauma. I had a conversation with somebody recently, and they were talking about, their kids and some situations. I'm not going to talk about their situation, but it just made me want to come on here and just talk to you guys. One thing about Tevin Talks, I never write down my material. I literally come on here and I just start freestyling. What comes to my mind is whatever it is, I'm going to talk about it. Because I feel like it's something that a lot of people normally don't discuss. I bring it up and people message me all the time and say, man, I never knew you dealt with that. I never knew anybody else had these type of problems in their life. Well, guess what? I've been through a bunch of shit. And when I say a bunch of it, I mean just that. If you know me, truly know me, and you know some stories, you know I'm about to go in right now. So, childhood trauma. I was born January 25th, 1993 to Tyrone Turner and Juanita Laverne Coffin. My mother is deceased now. People know that. She passed away October 23rd, 2017. Something that's still very, very fresh to me. Anybody that's lost a parent knows that that's something that does not go away. And I love her dearly. That was my best friend, and things are just not the same. But growing up, my mom was somebody that I could always count on. I'm not saying that we had the most money. We struggled quite a bit, if I'm being honest, but she always made a way. Always. I can tell you that me and my brother didn't go without. I can tell you right now, I know for a fact it's probably some nights that my mom didn't eat. But she made sure that me and my brother did. And I wish that, I could have been a fly on the wall back then, or somebody that can go back in time and change things. But, that's not meant for us to do because, a lot of the good things might be changed, I do believe in stuff like that, honestly. Your life goes the way it's supposed to, and that's just that. But, again, I want to talk about trauma. The trauma did not come from my mom. The trauma came from my dad, honestly. These are conversations that, I probably haven't really had with him. But if he wants to listen to this, then we can have a conversation, honestly. It's probably not going to go in his favor, I'm just being honest. But A lot of the things that I know that have been pretty shitty in my life stems from the things that were brought up because of him. I'm gonna just be honest. And again, if he wants to have discussions about this, we can. But I told everybody when I came up with Tevin Talks, I would be honest and we would have story time. And I feel like telling some stories. I do know that, there was some cheating going on when I was about 3 or 4 when my parents split. And things got really weird. Really, really, really weird. This is about to sound really crazy, but once upon a time, my said father decided that he wanted to take me to see one of his side hoes. Took me to her house. He took her to work, and he took me home, and he went to work. My mother asked me, and how I remember this, don't know. I promise you, I'm not lying about this. If my mother was here, she would tell you that this is true. She asked me how my day was going, or what did I do today with my dad, and I told her, yeah, me and Daddy went to this lady's house. He went in her house for a while, and he took her to work. And when he took her to work, he stayed there for a while too. And then he brought me home. And guess what? Don't know how. Maybe it was just that little kid magic. I took my mom to that said woman's job. And my mom confronted that woman. That said woman is the mother of my sister. Craziness. And guess what? That might be a little TMI for people. Guess what? For me, I'm venting. Because there's things on my mind that I have to get off. Because things like that, children should not be a part of. They shouldn't. And with my story times, I'm going to be 100% honest. I know for a fact that scarred me because I did not understand what the hell was going on. I understand now that it's very, very, very fucked up. Just going through life, not seeing my dad, being raised by a single mom, a very, very independent, strong, single black woman. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all, because it's not. Because my mom was a shit. And anybody that knows her, that came across paths with her, they know the exact same thing. She was the life of the party. And if you ever need anything from that woman, I promise you got it. And it's a crazy thing because, like, my mom, she's a beautiful woman, beautiful soul inside and out. Now, she will turn up, and she honestly will whoop your ass. I've seen her whoop plenty of ass. But people deserved it. There was never a time when she just whooped somebody's ass for no reason. I promise you, she had reason. And he caught a few. My dad caught a few. I seen it the day he left. I've never in my life seen somebody throw a damn iron as hard as she did. You would have thought maybe back in the day she was John Elway. But that's in the past. As I got older, I seen my dad a few times. And when I say a few times, I mean a few times. There was a point in time, almost 10 years, I didn't see my father. And then as I got into my early 20s, my oldest daughter, Aubrey, was on the way. And I asked my mother if she had his number. I got it from her, and she said, "You want to call him?" I said, yeah. I called him. I told him he had a grandchild on the way, and there was pretty much no more conversation after that. I hung up. He showed up, and he's been pretty much in my life ever since then. But my trauma, which I know a lot of people have probably dealt with the exact same things. I have a bunch of siblings, and I mean a bunch. Not trying to be funny, but I do. And we're not close. And I know that that has a lot to do with my father. And I can personally say that I've always been that person to reach out and try to become closer with my siblings, and I've never been successful with it. And honestly, I've wiped my hands with it. I washed my hands with it because some people don't want to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand exactly what I did to them. Maybe I did do something, you know? And if I did, I wish they would be grown up enough to tell me what it was, so that maybe we could work through it and actually be close. Because I look at I'm just being 100% honest with you guys. My wife, it's 7 of them. And they are some of the closest brothers and sisters I've ever seen in my life. I love their relationship. When I see them interact, and they interact pretty much damn near every day, honestly, they have so much love for each other. And it's like, when it comes to my siblings, I'm not going to say I don't love them. That's not what I'm saying. Because I know that we all share the same blood. But I do not have that connection or relationship with them. I used to crave it a lot, but now I don't. And I'm questioning myself of why I don't want it anymore. And maybe that's just the growing up in me. Everybody is not supposed to be in your life. It doesn't matter who it is. You know, I can say that I love them, and I can say that if they ever needed me, I'd be there. But it will take a lot for me to have that kind of relationship with them, because I've tried so many times. And maybe this podcast, if they're listening, they'll try to reach out. We can discuss things. And maybe, why are you venting to the world? Because this is my area. This is my safe zone. This is my bubble to do so. I tell people that this is their gateway to anything for them. And this is mine as well. And I got to vent. That's just a little taste of my childhood trauma. You know, I always tell my guys and gals, that we will always come back to these conversations, because I want my people to talk to me about it. I want to have conversations with you all about childhood trauma. Share some things with me. I just give you a taste of my life to just spark conversation. And, you know, with childhood trauma, that I can tell you, it made me such a better father. You know, because I know for a fact it's confusing to some people because they don't have their fathers in their life. Some people don't have their mothers. But that does not define who you are, especially as a parent. I know for me, it's been one of those things, kind of a trial and error thing. I feel like being a perfect parent is something you'll never be. I don't think anybody, it doesn't matter if you buy gifts every single day, if you read to them every single day, it's not going to happen. You can try to be, and that's all we can do, is try to be the best parents we can be to our youth. Because guess what? One day we're going to be gone. And I want to make sure that when I am gone from this earth, that my kids know that I love them, that I gave everything I could, and that I made sure that they had a great start in life, and made sure that when they get to be 18, 19, 20, going into the real world, that they were prepared. Because a lot of parents never get the chance to prepare their kids. And sadly to say, that's why the world is the way it is now. And I think everybody can agree on that. So I just wanted to vent to you guys. I appreciate you. I promise you I love you, and I promise you that I'm here. I promise you that I'm going to be more consistent. I can promise you that I'm motivated. I thank you. I'm out.